The conversation between Jesus and Pilate is one of the most famous dialogues of the Bible. This Sunday we hear just a small piece of it. We don't even get to that famous "what is truth" part. That short fragment proclaimed today makes me think of yet another biblical dialogue reported on the second page of the Bible in the book of Genesis, a dialogue between God and Adam. You see, both Pilate and Adam employ the same deflection technique when asked to take responsibility or ownership for their actions or words. They point their fingers at someone else, claiming to be the innocent party in the tragic story unfolding before them. When God asked Adam, "What the heck happened? Did you eat from the tree from which I forbid you to eat?" Adam panicked and blamed Eve. "She made me do it." And then, God knows how many centuries later, Jesus asked Pilate, "Why do you call me a king? Is this what you think? Or has someone else put you to it?" Pilate, like so many cowards before him, avoids the responsibility, plays a philosopher, and places the blame at the foot of Jesus' own countrymen. "Your own people, your own priests handed you over to me," even though he knew very well that only he could sentence Jesus to death, no one else. I think it's a part of our human nature, our moral knee-jerk reaction to yell, "It wasn't me," or "It's his, her, or their fault," when we are faced with some potentially unpleasant or painful consequences. It is so very tempting to avoid taking responsibility for our words and actions. We often find someone else who twisted our arm, who made us say things, who made us do things. Like Pilate, we would very much like to wash off our hands and walk away pretending to be blameless. I want to digress here for a moment and mention that following the footsteps of Pilate and Adam, it is usually men of the Bible who do all they can to avoid accountability and responsibility. To put things bluntly, men in the Bible have no balls. When push comes to shove, biblical heroines demonstrate a much higher level of integrity than their male counterparts. Some of you may not know it, but in 2008, I was accused of heresy and subjected to a church penal process, which in the good old days would be called the Inquisition process. At one hearing, I was asked if I did attend a woman's ordination and if I did indeed believe that women can be ordained in the Catholic Church. Believe me when I say that my first instinct was to come up with some almost believable excuse or explanation. My knee-jerk reaction was to avoid the responsibility and save my skin. However, by the grace of God, I took a deep breath, looked at the heavy volumes on the Inquisition table in front of me, and answered, "Yes, I did participate in that woman's ordination ceremony. And yes, I do believe that both men and women can and should be ordained." Once I took ownership of my actions, once I claimed my truth, every next question became easier to answer truthfully. Yes, I do offer communion to all. Yes, I do bless same-sex marriages. If that hearing took place 5 centuries earlier, they would have had enough material to sentence me to burning at the stake. There comes a time in our lives when we have to face the truth and the consequences of our actions. There comes a time when we have to take responsibility for what we believe and for what we do. Even though it is easy and very tempting to blame our actions on someone else or something else, like our family upbringing, our society, or even peer pressure, it is the adult thing to own your choices for better and for worse. It is far better to take ownership here on this side of life rather than to delay it until we are on the other side of eternity. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church lists Pontius Pilate and his wife Claudia among their saints. They believe the ancient tradition that the governor of Judea did eventually take ownership for his actions, that he took responsibility for his cowardice, that he repented and eventually became a follower of the one whom he sentenced to death. Naturally, of course, he did so with the help of and under the insistence of his wife, Saint Claudia. Once you own your choices and your beliefs, you too can become a saint. Amen. I want to thank you for owning your inclusive vision of Christ and Christianity. It's wonderful to travel the spiritual journey together. Please make sure that you click on the like symbol under this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course, have a wonderful and truly blessed Thanksgiving.